Hello and welcome to Home Rescue. If you're like me, if you're watching this video, it's because you hate your Samsung refrigerator and that pile of that sits in the corner. I bought this refrigerator a couple of years ago. Love the fridge, hate the freezer, or I should say the ice maker. Nothing but problems. It was probably 6 months after I bought the refrigerator, the ice machine started to freeze up. Got checking online. I mean, if you've looked online and researched these at all, they're a nightmare. I have a refrigerator in my garage that I use for the ice maker. I just turned this one off. I finally just decided, you know what, I'm tired of messing with it. There's no good fix for it. I've been researching, I've been looking at blogs, I've been all over the internet, I've been watching YouTube's channels, and everything people come up with, and everything the service providers come up with, and all the news bulletins that Samsung has, none of them ever work. After the warranty ran out on my refrigerator, I started looking into replacement parts to replace the guts of the freezer. The ice unit itself, seems like they're just over $100, and there's a unit in the back that has the fan and some cooling parts. Who knows what else is in the back. They recommend replacing all that, and there's a new piece that supersedes the old one that's supposed to be all modern and updated and better, and yeah, it's going to solve everything. Now, I started watching several other people that had put those in and waited a few months to see if they reported back, and seeing reports that the fix of the fix wasn't working either. The professional guys are saying they love this thing. They're making a fortune off of it. They get a call pretty much every single day for these ice machines. Well, it's starting to hit mainstream now in news. And there's a news media outlet in Florida and a couple others across the country that are doing stories on these. And the people that get the opportunity to get their story shown on the news, all of a sudden they're getting refunds for these refrigerators. And they're either getting all of their money back or they're getting part of their money back. So that's how big of an issue this is. Samsung knows. They paid them back because it was in the news and they need to look at it. Oh, we'll take care of it. Well, they're not taking care of it. So to the point now where there are class action lawsuits against Samsung for this ice maker. So if you check out, get searching online, you should be able to find out how to get involved in that class action lawsuit. I've signed up and I've got into that. So I'm not that hopeful that I'll ever hear anything of it. They've sold thousands of these. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do a couple of little minor fixes that maybe something will come out of it. Some people have done it already. I'm not seeing any updates, so I'm not sure if they actually work. So I'm going to follow through and make sure to have updates on everything that I do to this. So I've got a couple of ideas that I've stumbled onto that I want to try out, mainly because the refrigerator in my garage that I've been using for my ice machine, it quit. So now I don't have any ice, so I just turned this on. There's a sequence on here where you can hold down the ice button and turn the ice machine off. That's what I did. I turned it off about a year ago. As long as it was off, it didn't frost up, nothing ever happened. It didn't make ice, but I have ice in the garage, so I didn't worry about it. Well, today I went ahead and turned it on, and I'm going to try a couple of fixes that I've read about that are pretty simple. One, just lean the refrigerator back a little bit. It makes the water flow towards the back. One of the things that people are saying is that they're suspecting is the water pressure, it's splashing, it's flowing too much, and with it leaning level like it's supposed to be, then for some reason it has a tendency to maybe overflow a little bit when it splashes. Who knows? But I'm going to try it. Well, another thing that I've been finding out is, along with the splashing and the overfilling and the fact that it's leaning level and you just need to lean it back a little bit, turn the water pressure down. I turned my water pressure down, but I still have pretty good pressure. It fills up fairly fast. So I'm going to turn it down, way down, so that there's hardly any pressure. And then I'll try that too. So I'm going to make these changes, and then I'm going to stop my video, and I'm going to watch my calendar, because it only takes about 6 weeks, and they start to frost up. So every week I'm going to look at this beast. I'm going to pull out the box, and I'm going to look inside, and if it starts to frost up at all, then I know the solutions didn't work. But just to show you how high my water pressure is, see how that splashes out all over? The water pressure is so high that it hits the bottom of the glass and just explodes all over. So I need to turn it down anyways. We always just avoided using small glasses, use the large glass, and then it doesn't splash all over. But it's pretty annoying. So I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to turn it way down so that it's not quite a trickle, but enough that it doesn't splash out of this little cup. And I'm going to try that, as well as I'm going to adjust the refrigerator back just a little. They say to raise the front about 1/4 inch, so it just barely rocks it back. So here's my water line that goes to the refrigerator. I'm going to close it down till it's off, and then I'm going to open it just slightly and then test it. Let's check the water pressure. There we go. Try that one more time. Let it build up a little pressure. Perfect. Takes a little bit to fill the cup up. That's not too annoying. Now, to my surprise, my refrigerator is already leaning back a little bit. That would be perfectly straight. You can see how much I'm moving it. That is pretty much what people are saying to do. Just lean it back a little bit, about that much. Mine is already leaning back. Well, it kind of blows that whole theory out of the water already. So if you look underneath the fridge, you can see this is the adjustment wheel, and this is the roller wheel where you roll the refrigerator back. They say to raise that roller wheel off the floor about 1/4 inch. It's pretty much what I am now. So that's probably as far as I really want to move it. You can see it's kind of dusty under there. I got a few dust bunnies and crumbs. That's another thing that people are saying is keep the condensing coil clear. So I probably should roll it out and vacuum off that coil. I imagine it's got a lot of dust buildup on that too. I'll check back in a bit. So it's been about 48 hours since I turned down the water pressure. I've got good ice. I don't know if you can see that. It's not all frosty and stuck together. There is a little bit of frost inside. You can see frost on my thumbnail. It's already starting to build up. It's only been 2 days. There's a overflow drain in the back. I can see ice in it. So we're only talking a couple of days, and I'm already getting some buildup of frost on the bottom side. So it's not looking very promising. But if that's as far as it goes, that's great. We'll see. So it's been just a week now since I last did an update on the ice maker and this machine. So let's take a look and see how it looks. Is it frozen shut? Nope, it's not frozen shut. The ice looks good. It's not all frozen together. Starting to see a little bit of frost building up on the bottom side, but nothing alarming like what has happened before. So far so good. It's nothing too concerning. Well, check back in again next week. Okay, it's been another week. I thought I'd do a quick update on what the ice machine is doing. Let's open it up, see if it sticks. Well, it comes out fine. Well, you can definitely see the frost starting to build up. You can see it wicking out there. So, at this point, typically what I've seen in the past is it starts growing rapidly and then it starts to freeze up. I'm going to leave it untouched. Just to look at the ice. Ice-wise, it's also starting to freeze together. With the auger moving, it breaks loose and it does move the ice around and distributes the ice well enough. But it's just a matter of time now. I can tell after 2 weeks that it's starting to freeze up. So it's not looking good, but I'll check back again next week. We're now at week 3 of the ice maker. Let's see if it's stuck. No, it's not stuck. It's not dragging. Let's check out the ice. Ice is frozen together. That's not a good sign. And we have lots of frost. So yeah. Water pressure, the level, how the water sits, none of that really has anything to do with this ice maker. It just frosts. I'm really disappointed. I was hopeful, but I didn't really expect anything to happen other than this. So, at this point now, I am going to look at ways to defrost it. I will put the ice tray back in. What I've been doing in the past is I just hold down the button and turn off the ice machine and let it thaw. And it usually takes about 24 hours. And then I will just turn it back on and it'll start making ice again. But you do have to dump the ice out, and then when it thaws, it drips. So I put a rag in there for it to catch the moisture that it comes off. Or you can scrape off that frost. But even when you scrape it off, you're still going to get a little bit of moisture. So there are several different models that I'm finding of this control panel. And with mine, you can see there's freezer, and the second one down is cool select. If I hold both of those down at the same time for 8 seconds, it puts the panel into some kind of a mode. I'm not exactly sure what you'd call it. And it'll beep. And then, if you hit the freezer, there's an FF, don't know what that is. There's an OF, an FR, an FD. FD is force defrost. Now you'll hear a beep. It will beep. The last time I tried this, it beeped for about 30 minutes. Pretty annoying to listen to it beeping for 30 minutes. Go watch TV or something and try to tune it out, or leave the house. One thing I haven't found out is once it stops, does it reset itself? And I'm beginning to think that I have to reset it by holding down the 2 buttons Okay, now we're back into the mode, and I can go back to, and it should shut off. There we go. So you got to go until everything's blank again, and now it's turned off. So from what I'm reading, that's what you have to do after it's defrosted. So you let it go for 30 minutes, you let it defrost, and then go back in, and you've got to turn it back on. Otherwise, you're not going to get any ice. Something I'll have to test. Well, it does make it really easy to clean off. It just comes right off by hand. All the ice just fell on my rag I stuck in there. I'll wipe it down, put the ice box in, and we're ready for another 3 weeks. Yay. Probably something that'll have to be done monthly if you want to be able to use your ice maker. Well, we give it a good shot. I tried, I failed again, but there's hope. Just yesterday, as I'm getting my video prepared and I'm thinking what next, there's a new kit that has been released for this that replaces the ice machine, and there's a heater that they're adding to the auger in the back. And that tube, the drain tube that I'm noticing keeps icing up in the auger, they've now added a heater to that. And then you switch out the control board, and I'm not sure where it is. I think it's in the back of the refrigerator. That control board then controls that heat tube to keep the ice out of that. It sounds real promising. I actually found a video of a guy that had it done. He had a shop do it, and that was 6 months ago, and he's still reporting to this day that it's still working. So 6-7 months ago, and he's not getting into the ice buildup. So we might just finally have a fix, or I should say Samsung might finally have a fix for us guys that have these ice machines that we're getting really tired of. So stay tuned. I purchased the kit. The kit retails for $180. I was able to find it from an appliance shop that was selling it for just $80. It is date coded. This particular item came from Korea, and it's about 2 months old. So I'm really excited to give it a try. Apparently, from what the appliance shop says, it comes with all the instructions to walk you through how to do it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to document it, and I have my fingers crossed. Just maybe, have a fix for that ice machine. So stay tuned. I appreciate you watching my video. Keep an eye out for the upcoming videos. I'm not sure how soon it'll be coming in and how long it'll take me to get all that done, but click the like if you like what I'm doing. Hit the post notification and subscribe if you want to get a notification when my video is released. I have some other videos I'm doing with some classic cars as well as some wreck cars. Thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it. Leave me a comment. Love to hear from you. Goodbye for now.